In the 21st century, a weapon will be invented like no other. This weapon will be powerful, versatile, and indestructible. It can't be reasoned with. It can't be bargained with. It will feel no pity, no remorse, no pain, no fear. It will have only one purpose: to return to the present and prevent the future. This weapon will be called the Terminator.
You're dead, honey.
On October 26, 1984, the world was first introduced to the mechanical menace that was the Terminator. Written and directed by James Cameron, it's credited as being one of, if not the movie, that launched his career, and also cemented Arnold Schwarzenegger as an action movie star. 7 years would pass before its sequel would hit the theaters, as there was never any actual plans or ideas of a sequel or any kind of follow-up to the original movie. But that 7 years of cooking produced one of the greatest action movies of the 90s, maybe even of all time. But despite its success, almost everything that came after Terminator 2, it was kind of garbage. Terminator 3 was alright. The following movies were mostly dreadful. The most recent movie, Dark Fate, was a better action movie, and it was definitely an improvement, but it relied really heavily on nostalgic feelings of seeing Arnold and Linda Hamilton sharing the screen in a Terminator movie. So this brings me around to Netflix's Terminator Zero, which I think is a significant step in the right direction for the franchise.
Malcolm. What makes you think humanity is worth saving?
Set in 1997's Japan on the days before and during Judgment Day, its 8-episode run has better action, a more frightening Terminator, better suspense, and more interesting story and plot than I think we've seen in a long time. So the setup is basically the same as any of the Terminator movies. So some guy in the past is the key to the future, so Skynet sends back his good old T-800 to kill that guy, and the good guys send back their own hero to help him out. In this case, Ico. Our main man is Malcolm, who seems to know exactly what's going to happen on August 30th of 1997, and he's decided the best way to stop Skynet and Judgment Day, and his plan to help this is to fight fire with fire by making his own super powerful, super giant AI. Things get complicated when his 3 kids, Kenta, Hiro, and Rika, end up running into the Terminator that was sent for him, with their mysterious housekeeper slash babysitter, Misaki. What ensues following this is some spectacularly tense and often brutally violent cat and mouse shenanigans, with all parties doing their best to make their way towards Malcolm's lab for the resolution.
Wait, where are you going? Koneko! No! Stop! Where did you go? Koneko! Where are you? What's going on with you anyway? No! No! Koneko, wait! Hello?
Well, hello there. What are you doing down here in the dark, all alone?
Oh, I was just looking for my cat.
Yes. Looks like it just ran off.
Things really amp up when Kokoro, which is the name of the super AI, is finally brought online, and yeah, it doesn't really think humanity is worth saving after all. So it unleashes the masses of formerly helpful Japanese support robots all over the country to brutally crush any resistance by humanity. Or maybe she actually does think it's worth saving, and then challenges Malcolm to fight for his case to convince her. All of this is happening while Skynet is doing its whole Skynet thing, trying to nuke the world, and a Terminator is coming for him and his kids. And honestly, it's great. The scenes with the kids being chased by the Terminator are tense and nerve-wracking. Aiko is great as a future hero / unintentional child protector. Misaki ends up having this really interesting story and character arc, growing into a lot more than the babysitter or damsel in distress character that I initially thought that she was going to be thrown into. The titular Terminator as well is excellent. Animation really helps when you want to showcase insane superhuman feats mixed with some fantastic violence and devastation. The Japanese service robots turned into police state oppressive control monsters. Yeah, they're awesome, and they're every bit as terrifying as the Terminator himself. It's also really fun seeing Terminator set somewhere that isn't America. The initial frustration by both the heroes and the villains when they realize that guns aren't just everywhere and they're not nearly as plentiful and easy to find made some of the initial fight scenes really interesting and fun to watch. And it's kind of too bad that both groups mostly solved their problems pretty early on, as the makeshift weapons had a lot of potential for a new take on the carnage the Terminator is known for. Not that the gunfights don't end up being awesome, because they are. I just think it might have been fun to carry on a little longer with the MacGyver-esque build your own weapons and those battles for a little bit longer. But overall, it's a pretty great series. Does it hit the heights of Terminator 2? No. But it's different in a lot of really good ways, and there's definitely a lot more love and passion put into this series than any of the movies that have come since Terminator 2. Hopefully it's popular enough to get some kind of follow-up, not necessarily with these characters or even in Japan again, but I wouldn't be opposed to just a continuation with these guys as well. I'd much rather watch more in this style than have another cash grab phoned in Arnold cameo for the next movie. Well, that's all I got. Have you seen Terminator 0, and what did you think if you have? Let me know in the comments down below. Throw me a like if you enjoyed the video, and thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.